Jim, congratulations. I just heard a supporter there on the way down the steps saying, oh, it's like the old days. It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been, I mean, obviously we had disappointing back-to-back games, defeats, but everybody was saying that after the Salford game, after the York game, but it wasn't a big crowd today, but I don't know, the whole emotion of the second, the extra time was brilliant. It was nice that the fans got into the voice, and to be fair to the lads, it was an eventful night, but the way we played, I was so disappointed to be 2 down. But what character to come back and to see the game out with 10 men.
When you were 2-0 down, we were talking in commentary saying Jim would normally make a substitution by now, but you seemed to delay it. Was that because you thought there might well be extra time, even at 2-0 down?
No. We were obviously concerned about Jimmy because he's been ill all week, and we're concerned about Matty, how many minutes he had. I mean, Gary was rearing to go. It was a difficult one but I just thought that we looked really threatening without actually how we weren't leading at half time. But then I think there's a second half, and this has been a feature of our play. We've looked a little bit tired and ragged up front. It comes back too easy, flicks going wrong, not holding it up, not winning anything, giving away fouls. So I just thought we needed to do something, and me and Jim had talked about the potential for him to be either a 10 or a 9. Put him up front. It's nice for him to get the goal as well, and it vindicated my decision to use him as a 9. But no, we had to be careful because Gary's had hamstring problems, Jimmy's had illness, and there's other players that you can see that you know they've had a tough week.
Jimmy, of course, got the winning goal, but I've got to mention Darren Stevenson, a player that, again, we said in commentary, you've been very patient with him all season, I think, and you're reaping the rewards now. What an individual performance from him tonight. Yeah,
I've been talking to one of the young lads today who's been out a long time, and you know, he's getting frustrated because he's nowhere near where he was. And I think when you've been out for, you know, I remember being in this room here when it was a gym with broken legs and cruciates and having to work my way back to fitness. And as long as you've been out, it takes you to get back to where you were. And it's been a long journey for Darren, and I'm sure that he seems to be smiling now. He's back to where he wants to be, and we're delighted with that. And well-deserved man of the match, and to score at the Cheadle end and get the game alive again was fantastic.
If there's one blot on the evening, and probably added a little bit of drama that you maybe didn't need, was the red card for Harry Winter, which made it a tough final 20 minutes tonight. What did you make of the 2 yellow cards?
Like I said, there were some room challenges in the game. I mean, we've got stud marks. I mean, not only has Ben got stud marks, he ripped his shorts, he ripped his undershorts, and he was lucky because the really bad damage. And how the referee sees that just as a yellow. I mean, that's the sort of thing we need to get out of the game. But Harry, I'm not going to argue with the referee's decisions. If they're 2 yellows, he sees them as 2 yellows. Then we trusted Harry recently when he's got a yellow card to be composed and be disciplined, and it was a disappointment. But the lads dug him out tonight.
Some people say the FA Trophy can be a distraction. When you have a night like this, surely that's not the case. It's going to add to your league campaign, if anything, isn't it?
Well, you don't know. I mean, you can use the examples of the 2 teams that have won this the last 2 years have got relegated. So does it make a difference? 2 or 3 points that can make a difference from. We're not going to be facing relegation, but obviously the national teams, they get very absorbed in the competition. It's a great money spinner. You'd like to think that the confidence the cup brings and maybe the money that it brings gives you the opportunity to strengthen, and that's something that we talked about, with myself and the directors and the chairman. So. Yeah, potentially could add 1 or 2 players that can strengthen our promotion push. It's given the lads confidence, it's given them a belief in their ability to come back from losing. There's lots of positives, but yeah, there's going to be a knock-on effect. I mean, obviously we're going to have Brackley at home, and Boston gets bumped to a Tuesday. We've still got to go to Kidderminster on a Tuesday night. I just hope we've got the strength of squad to be able to absorb those difficult games and still keep on a really good run as we go forward.
You have got players returning though, haven't you? Jamie Stott will be available again for the league campaign, and of course Rhys Turner coming back, and Sam Minion only a couple of weeks away.
Yeah, and obviously I went to watch Sam Walker last night, and he seems to be improving improving with every game. So, and we got the opportunity, like I said, to bring in 1 or 2 players. I don't particularly want to disturb the group too much, but we are, you know, I mean, it's great for George to get an opportunity at this stage, and other players who've got a little bit of a run out in this competition. But no, the squad's looking healthy. I'd like 1 or 2 more players, but then, like you said, you've got, when Reece is fit and other people are fit, then you're going to find it hard to get them all into the 16. But I think what we have to do is be very measured in what we do over the next couple of weeks in our recruitment, and then just see how things stack up as we go into March. We might need to just protect ourselves as we go into what's going to be a very demanding March with the sort of midweek games, plus making sure that we protect ourselves as we go into the final couple of weeks of the season after the deadline closes.
So 2 ties from Wembley, but it is back to the bread and butter of the league this weekend. Dino Mamria was up in the stands watching us tonight, and do you think he'll have learned anything this evening?
Well, yeah, well, I mean, you always learn anything something from games. You probably won't know what to make of our system because we changed it. But no, Dino's done a good job there. Obviously, we hit them the sucker punch down there. It was an important win for us. You know, when we were trying to get our away form on track. But like you said, he's got them reorganised. They're full time, so he's got plenty of time during the day to get things right with them. They've lost a key player, but they've strengthened. Right. No, it's going to be a difficult game. You know, on the back of extra time against the national team in such an emotional contest as this, it's going to take something out of us. But we just have to make sure now that we just have a really good session Thursday night, you know, whether that be nothing, something, a bit of tactical stuff, and then just the fresh legs that we've got, let's make sure that we use them to their fullest potential, and just work on the 1 or 2 things that might give us the edge over Nuneaton. But it's going to be a difficult game, but like I said, hopefully the spirits are high after this, both amongst the players and also the fans, and that we'll have a cracking atmosphere on Saturday.
It was like the old days. Well done.
Thanks so much.